I recently released a video about why my M1 Mac Mini is trash. I've had a number of problems with this computer, but I didn't expect all the Apple fanboys to come at me in my comments section with so much criticism. One viewer even called my video a clickbait nonsense rant. I'm sick of it, and today it's time to address the toxicity of the Apple fan community, as well as why Mac Studio fixes everything. I hope. In my video, I gave the M1 Mac Mini the benefit of the doubt. I excused the speed and I/O gripes I had with it because I signed up for that. I knew what I was getting into when I bought a Mac desktop. But what I expected to work properly was the ability to use two monitors with my Mac Mini and to have smooth performance with Bluetooth devices. Some Apple fanboys immediately came at me in the comments section saying I'm doing it wrong. Check your cables, check your monitor, or you're just being too picky. And as for the Bluetooth issue, it was a mix of, oh, the Bluetooth just doesn't support that range, or you're just being too critical. There wasn't really a good excuse for it, but people were just defending Apple. Some people said it's because I bought a used Mac and I bought a Lemon, and maybe they're right, but I don't want to make this video too much about the Mac itself. I want to address the toxicity of the Apple community that I've noticed in not just my comments section, but comment sections all over YouTube. Listen, if you're an Apple fan, I get it. I'm an Apple fan too. I love Apple products. I have a MacBook right here, Apple Watch, iPhone, Mac Minis over here. I love Apple. I'm super excited about their products, but why are we defending a multi-trillion-dollar company so passionately? Like, are you getting a commission for selling Apple products? I don't understand why, if anybody has some criticism against an Apple product, there tends to be this culture of just attacking them and saying, you just don't have the right expectation. You just need to lower your expectations because Apple does everything perfectly. Unfortunately, with some of the issues I've had, this M1 Mac Mini just didn't work well for me. But apparently some viewers weren't happy that I didn't validate their opinions. Look, if you have the M1 Mac Mini and it's working well for you, I'm glad. But I've seen enough review videos kind of sucking up to the Mac Mini, saying it's a great product and it's Apple's first gen attempt at silicon, and all of this stuff is true. Overall, I do feel that this Mac Mini is a great product. But there were just some quirks that made it honestly unusable for me, and I'm just sharing my experience. If it works well for you, great. It didn't work well for me. I wanted to share my experience to add perspective, diversity to the reviews on YouTube, so that there's not just this echo chamber of everyone saying the M1 Mac Mini is amazing 100% of the time. Now I want to take a minute to address some of the points that Apple fans made that I feel are valid. Many of you pointed out that this is a first-generation product, so I should expect issues and glitches along the way. And you're right, I agree. I acknowledge, this M1 Mac Mini is a first-generation product. It's going to have problems, or maybe not. I mean, let's look at the first-generation AirPods. Apple put those out, they were a hit, they worked great. And guess what? They were out for a long time. If you saw the first-generation AirPods released and thought, I'm gonna wait a year for version 2 and they've refined it, guess what? A year later, version 2 never came. After all, we are over a year after the release of this M1 Mac Mini and there's not a refreshed version yet. But maybe there doesn't need to be. That's because Apple generally gets products right the first time. And listen, I know there's exceptions to this. A lot of you are probably already typing in the comment section, what about this product that flopped? Or what about Apple announcing AirPower and then it just completely flopped before they even launched it? I know there are exceptions, but when Apple puts out a product, I know they aim to get it right the first time. And with this being an Apple Silicon product, it's supposed to be Apple showcasing the future of Mac. So I definitely had an expectation that some of these glitches were already going to be worked out. And look, as for the monitor issue, I definitely agree with what a lot of commenters were saying. There's more that I could have done to troubleshoot. I could try different cables, I could try different monitors, but I have also used these same monitors and cables with other Macs and not had any problems. And for those of you who are saying the M1 Mac Mini only supports one external display, that's just flat out wrong. Apple's support documentation states that M1 Mac Mini supports one external display up to 6K using a Thunderbolt 3 port and one external display up to 4K using the HDMI 2.0 port. And yes, I have one monitor connected via HDMI and one monitor connected via Thunderbolt. And as for the Bluetooth issue, what? I should just deal with it? I should just accept it? It is what it is? This was the general vibe in the comments section, is that, oh, it's a low energy Bluetooth module and that's why your mouse is cutting out, or it's been a known issue for a while. But why should I just accept that there's Bluetooth issues with this computer and live with it? Why is there this culture of, oh, just deal with it, it's not that bad, you can get used to it? Why? Using a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard is one of the most common things that I do with a Mac, and I've never had an issue on any of my other Mac products. So maybe the Apple fanboys had some points. Was I too hard on this Mac Mini? Were there additional steps I could have taken to troubleshoot and maybe improve my experience? In some ways, I think so, and I acknowledge that this feedback is valid. In all of this, there is a silver lining. Apple is going to be fixing most, if not all, of my complaints in the brand new Mac Studio. The M1 Max and M1 Ultra chips offer the performance I'm looking for. The I/O. There's I/O for days! Up to 6 Thunderbolt 4 ports and an SD card slot right on the front of Mac Studio. The marketing very clearly shows that Mac Studio is made for using 2 displays. Some people are arguing the Mac Mini is not made for 2 displays, even though that's not true. I showed you the support documentation earlier, but if there was any question of if the Mac Mini could really support 2 monitors, there is no question that Mac Studio can absolutely support 2 displays simultaneously or even more. And hopefully the Mac Studio improves Bluetooth performance, but there's not going to be a way to know for sure until I get it and I'm able to do some testing. But I'm putting my money where my mouth is. In my last video, I said I was excited to try the next generation of Apple Silicon desktop, and the time has come with Mac Studio. I've ordered one, and I can't wait to see what Apple's come up with. I'm very enthusiastic that Mac Studio is going to work better for my needs than this M1 Mac Mini. I called this trash for my use case, and I still stand by that statement. But look, I'm really not an Apple hater. I love Apple products. The innovation that Apple has done has greatly impacted my life and my ability to create content that I love. And in general, I love what Apple is doing. I just don't want to defend them for everything they do. I want to point out flaws when there are flaws, and I wanted to share my different perspective that I had with this Mac Mini. Hopefully this video helped you out if you're doing some research on the M1 Mac Mini, and if you're part of the Apple community, I hope that we can be all a little bit kinder to each other going forward in the comments section. Maybe we can all just be at peace with each other. Or maybe not. I don't know. I've had a fun time making these past couple videos. I hope you've enjoyed. If you like this video, do be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss when I release new videos. And with that said, I'll catch you guys next time.